Earlier this month in May, we got a very exciting announcement which affects the future of Animal Crossing games, being that we will see the successor to the Nintendo Switch announced within this upcoming fiscal year. So that means we will see an announcement about the next console before March 2025. There had been leaks and discussions about this for a very long time leading up to the official announcement by Nintendo, and whilst we're still waiting for a full trailer and an idea of what games are coming, this is definitely fantastic news for Animal Crossing players, as it means we finally have a chance of seeing a new Animal Crossing game, hopefully within the next year. Leave a like if you're really excited about the prospect of a new Animal Crossing game, because honestly, I can't wait for that to happen. And there have been a ton of other leaks and rumors going around from highly reputable sources, a lot of which were sharing stuff before we got this announcement about the successor, about what types of new features will be involved with this new console, and other various interesting leaks and pieces of information too. So I'm going to be taking a look at how they would affect the next Animal Crossing game going forward, as there are some really interesting things here that I feel like Animal Crossing players will want to know about. Especially whether you're still on the fence about getting a new console or not. I know a lot of us will wait until Nintendo releases a new Animal Crossing game before we get this new console and successor to the Nintendo Switch. But I do think it's good to know going forward how this new console will affect the Animal Crossing player's experience. Now, a quick word from our sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by TesterUp, where you can earn some extra money for testing games. You can earn real money by playing games, solving tasks and answering surveys anytime and anywhere from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. TesterUp has a wide variety of games and tasks available for different preferences, and there are more than 50 tasks available after registration. Your first payout to PayPal is possible from as little as $70 within 24 hours. You could find a new game you love whilst earning some extra money. It's a win-win situation. This app is super easy to use, and the best part is it's completely free to register. You can even earn up to $80 per job. They've also been rated excellent over on Trustpilot, so I couldn't recommend using this app enough. Join the millions of registered users and download the app today using my link in the video description. Thanks to TesterUp for supporting this video. Now back to the video. Starting us off, something that has been heavily rumored and seems almost confirmed at this point for a very long time is that this new console will have backwards compatibility. This is definitely very exciting news, and this recent leak suggests that it'll have compatibility with digital and physical Switch games with a cartridge slot that will allow for the insertion of current Switch cards. This comes from Nintendo Life, and the original source is from MobaPad, who has shared a lot of interesting details which do seem to be accurate about the new console. Regardless though, we've seen a ton of different sources suggest it will be backwards compatible, which means that Animal Crossing New Horizons will be playable, and another great thing is that you will still be able to play even if you got a digital copy. Believe it or not, I got a digital copy of Animal Crossing New Horizons. I don't actually own it physically, I think because I was too excited to get it at midnight when it released. So yeah, thankfully you'll still be able to play the digital version as well, and most likely download it with your Nintendo account. Nintendo has confirmed with their recent fiscal meeting that you'll still be able to use the Nintendo account system, so I imagine that's how you'll be able to log on to the Nintendo eShop on the Switch's successor and download your old Switch games to use on the new console. That means that immediately when the new console releases, we'll still be able to play it on our Animal Crossing New Horizons islands, still enjoy Happy in Paradise, and all of our other Switch games that we know and love too, which will definitely make a lot of Animal Crossing players very happy. Because the chance of a new Animal Crossing game launching right away with the new console aren't super high in my opinion. It's definitely possible given the gap of time, but I think it's more likely they would announce the game early on and give us a little bit of time before it actually releases. So still being able to play Animal Crossing New Horizons over on the Switch 2, or whatever you want to call it, would definitely be really fantastic. I think a lot of people will be happy knowing that they can still continue their island life and they don't have to abandon all their villages, like is often the case when games aren't backwards compatible. Most Animal Crossing games have actually been backwards compatible too. For example, you can play the GameCube game on the Wii, you can play the DS game on the 3DS. It's just New Leaf and Happier in Paradise that we can't really play, honestly, and Amiibo Festival, I guess, so I'm really hoping they will do a remake of New Leaf at some point. That would just be so amazing, even if my hopes are kind of low at this point. They also did mention in this little article that you will be able to use your current Switch Joy-Cons and Pro controllers too. It does mention, however, it's likely that Joy-Cons will work remotely, so you won't be able to use them with a grip or put them into your console to use them handheld. You'll instead have to use whatever new type of Joy-Cons are available for the new console. Speaking of those new Joy-Cons, they do seem to mention that the new Switch 2 will have magnetic Joy-Cons, so rather than kind of sliding them in how you do now, they'll magnetically attach, which I do think is pretty cool, although this doesn't really affect Animal Crossing players at all. If you want to keep playing with a Pro controller, I'm not too sure many people use the Pro controller for Animal Crossing, you should be able to. Interestingly, they also mention that you will have extra buttons and such on this new Joy-Con setup. And this is exactly what we saw with things like the 3DS XL. The new 3DS XL basically added some new buttons which helped games like Smash Bros, I believe, but they didn't really affect Animal Crossing players. As far as I'm aware, most of the new buttons added didn't even work in Animal Crossing New Leaf at all, so I don't really know if any new buttons on the Joy-Cons will be super helpful to Animal Crossing players or really affect their experience. What would be really cool is though if you could actually set these buttons to do certain things. For example, some of the custom Joy-Cons we've seen have actually kind of allowed you to automate certain tasks in New Horizons by allowing it just to continuously press one button. That means you can do things effectively like bulk craft because the Joy-Con will just continuously press the A button for you. So maybe having some sort of setup like that, like we've got with Steam and such, where you can sort of set certain keys to do certain things, that would be really amazing for Animal Crossing players and definitely could make life a lot easier. We'll just have to see exactly what these new buttons do. Now, I don't really feel like most Animal Crossing players care too much about how powerful this new console will actually be. After all, Animal Crossing isn't a super intensive game or anything like that, but it is undeniable that it did lag a fair amount back on the Switch. When you went to certain islands that were filled with items, you could experience a ton of lag, and this really did downgrade the experience for a lot of people, especially those of us who like to decorate a lot. So it does seem like this new console will be much more powerful than the current Switch, which means that those issues should hopefully be alleviated. Now, I do believe that some of it has to do with how the games themselves are optimized, so the question lingers whether Nintendo might take the time to actually optimize the games a little bit more, so they could work a bit better on the new console, but I'm not so sure they would do that for Animal Crossing New Horizons at this point. Instead, they're much more likely to focus on the next Animal Crossing game being properly optimized and not having any sort of lag. In terms of graphics, I can imagine the next Animal Crossing game will look fantastic, but honestly, New Horizons already does, so I'm not too fussed about what they do in there. I would just like it so that islands don't have any lag at all. I think that would be a fantastic step going forward and a much needed improvement. So yeah, there's definitely a lot going on for this new console which will affect our experience with the next Animal Crossing game, and I'm excited to see what else will be new with this compared to the current Nintendo Switch. I feel like that'll make a big difference. Of course, the main thing is an Animal Crossing game announcement, and I'll keep you up to date if we hear anything more at all. I would love to get some sort of announcement when we do get the Switch 2 trailer, and we can certainly hope that might be the case. Let me know if you plan on getting the new console or not though down in the comments section below, and if you're excited for the prospect of a new Animal Crossing game. If you made it to the end, be sure to comment Bob's Gang so I know you did. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe for more Animal Crossing content.